Welcome to Toffee TV. It is my three things. Manchester United 1, Everton 1 at Old Trafford. Lunchtime kickoff. And Everton have got a very good point. Delighted with the point. Like I said on my match reaction, a little bit, if I'm being greedy, disappointed we didn't get the 3 with the Mina goal fractionally ruled offside. But that's football. We've got a good point and we move on front there. First thing I will talk about today is Anthony Gordon. The young lad obviously come through the ranks, being involved in and around the first team for a couple of seasons now. But I thought today was his most mature performance for Everton. He had a job to do at Old Trafford in front of 76,000 people. We were always going to be, the way we play on a counter-attack, so we always had to do a defensively minded job. And I thought in front of Luca Dini, worked his socks off. Chose the right time to run at Wan-Bissaka, give him problems, more and more problems as the game went on. But I just think there was a real discipline from Gordon that I hadn't seen. Well, I said last week when he came on against Norwich, he dropped into the correct positions and always has an eye on everything else that was going on. And it was the first time I'd really noticed it last week. Today it was the same. Obviously much higher quality opposition than what Norwich City are. A real tough place to be able to do it as well at Old Trafford. And I thought he had a really good game. And just that maturity coming through and seeing that will help him get more game time for Everton. If I'm being a little bit critical of him, I want to see him running at players more. Sometimes he's a little bit lackadaisical with what he does. He'll go past one and it's like, I've got a lot of time. No, mate, it's got to be sharp in the Premier League. But in general, his play was excellent today. And he put in a real good 70-minute shift that really helped the team. And I think the manager's shown great faith in him, really. He could have shifted a couple of things around. Tom Davies could have started. He could have thrown Mason Holgate in midfield. He could have, there was other things that were available to him, but he's gone with Anthony Gordon from the off at Old Trafford. So if I was Anthony Gordon, as well as sleeping tonight, which I'm sure he will, I would be delighted that the manager's shown a bit of faith in me there. And obviously brought Lewis Dobbin on for the last couple of minutes as well. So it's great to see the young lads getting on the pitch as well. But Gordon, real mature performance, long may it continue. Second thing I'm going to talk about is the manager himself, Rafa Benitez. Came in, I've said it many times and on many different things, that he wouldn't have been in probably my top 5 manager list for the Everton job this summer. The time before when he was mentioned, when we ended up getting Carlo Ancelotti, I'd considered it then and thought, well, okay, we need someone to guide us, and I'd considered it then. This time I've moved away from the idea totally. But since he's come in, he's been excellent. It's all very well saying, well, we've had this team and this team, we should have beat those teams. We haven't been beating those teams in the past, and that is the difference. I think the coaching, he was walking off the pitch there, and he's telling Michael Keane different things that he should have done. The game is literally just finished. He's telling Luca Dean, he's laughing and joking with Tom Davies, saying, I think he said something like, why didn't you shoot with the thing? So it's a manager who's very hands-on. I love that. I love that about a manager. The fact that it comes across like he wants to win as much as we do. Like, we'll give everything. Look for those finite details. People don't like him. I get it. But if he wasn't the ex-Liverpool manager, I think most people would love the way he's gone about the job so far, the things he's done. It's very early days. Things change in football very quickly, of course they do. But the early signs from the manager, I'm very impressed with. I don't think you can, even the most critical Evertonian, I think, would struggle to say that we haven't had a good start to the season and the manager hasn't been impressive. Given £1.7 million, or 1.6, why do I keep saying £1.6 million this summer to spend? Look what he's done. Andros Townsend just scored his 5th goal of the season. Nobody would have picked Andros Townsend for Everton. Nobody. And he went and got him. Damari Gray, there was lots of people turning their nose up at him on social media when he was mentioned. Lots of people, he's crap, he's this, he's that, he's the other. And Damari Gray's been sensational, the same as Townsend. So I think the manager deserves a pat on the back so far. Listen, there's more to do. Want to see him doing it year after year, not 7 games. But just the start he's made, the little bit of coaching that was seeing improvement from certain players, which again is what managers are supposed to do. Coaches, they're supposed to make players better. You know, we've got into a culture at Everton, it seems, since David Moyes has gone, of managers just go and get me, and forgetting their role in it, which is actually you're supposed to coach as well, mate. You're supposed to make these players better. And I think since probably David Moyes, people have struggled to improve at Everton, and that's not good. So let's hope Rafa Benitez can solve that conundrum, because that's a key one. All the best managers do it. They make players better. So is he one of the best managers? Wait and see. But if he is, he will improve our team. And already we look a much more competitive, combative, threatening side on the counter-attack. We just look a much better side than we were last season. And this, don't forget, is a team that doesn't have Richarlison in. It doesn't have Dominic Calvert-Lewin in. It doesn't have Seamus Coleman in. You know, on the bench we had no Andre Gomez, whether you think he's good or not. You know, no Fabian Delph, but you know, people like that who would have bolstered the bench. You know, Ellis Sims we were hoping to get a look at. Solomon Rondon would be sub, wouldn't be starting. Noah Wobie in there. So when you go through the team like that and see the amount of options that he's had at his disposal, I think he's doing really well. And the third and final thing I want to talk about is Andros Townsend, who has been sensational since he come in. This is a lad who, I've just mentioned Damari Gray, and people turn their nose up at him. Everybody was a bit like, what? Andros Townsend? When we got him, or when it became clear we were getting him. Free transfer, what's going on? I wanted Leon Bailey and this, that and the other. Well, I'll tell you what, if we would have got Bailey and he'd have made the impact Townsend has made, I'd have been that, absolutely loving it. But Townsend is coming for nothing. Work rate sensational, attitude sensational, delivering on the pitch fantastic. 5th goal, goal contributions in every game he's played, I think, so far this season, or near enough. Just brilliant. And that infectious willingness to work hard is what rubs off on other people, makes other people do the work. Right? You've seen that when the final whistle went today, and they're all there, you can see them together, like a bit of unity that we haven't seen much of. And it was like, well in, lads, we worked our socks off today to get that result. You've seen Ben Godfrey and Damari Gray coming back on the pitch and was like, you could see them, yeah, we've been good today. Townsend sets a lot of that. And I think when we've got Dominic Calvert-Lewin back in the side, who's another one who likes to work hard, Richarlison's another one, all of a sudden options are there. This team gets better and better. But it's because of the likes of Andros Townsend why other players are now working the socks off. Alan strutting round like prime Peter Reid today, socks round his ankles, bossing the game. Decore everywhere, absolutely fabulous everywhere. So it's brilliant to see, and the team is really moving in the right direction right now. 7 games in the Premier League, that's all, can change. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully we continue. But just right now and just today, that felt like a real togetherness, and the man at the forefront of all of that for me was Andros Townsend. I give Damari Gray man of the match on the match reaction, because I felt like overall he was key to us getting that point with his skill and his pace and his real causing United real headaches. But I think Townsend is the tone setter, and he's come up big for us again when we've needed it today. And it was great seeing those images of Dominic Calvert-Lewin back on the pitch, running around, training, Seamus Coleman. Soon it'll be Richie, and we can go forward and get better and better. But right now, Townsend's been an absolute revelation. That is it for me. Let me know if you agree, disagree, in the comments. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't, and if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. Otherwise, have a fantastic weekend. See you later.